All right, this next woman has an incredibly powerful story. I've heard about you through many others, so I'm thrilled that you are gracing us and you are here in our presence. So give Elizabeth a huge round. Welcome to the stage. Take it on.
Thank you, Wayne, for having me out today. I am so excited to be here and so excited to teach you all one of the tools that I had to learn going through the darkest days of my life. Because too many people in this world are suffering because they do not possess the right resources and tools to be able to overcome the challenges and struggles that they face on a day-to-day basis. This world is constantly changing, and that isn't ever going to stop. So those challenges and those obstacles, those struggles that you face daily is not going anywhere. But imagine if you had the resources and the tools that could help you to be able to overcome these situations. I was a beautiful 14-year-old girl. I had been singing and performing for over half my life. I had plans of as soon as I graduated high school, I was moving to Nashville to pursue my singing career and make it big on the country music stage. I had gifts, I had talents, and everybody knew that I was going to make it big. But then, on August 26, 2000, my life was turned completely upside down. We were headed to the movies when suddenly we were struck from behind. Our vehicle was sent into a tailspin that then proceeded to barrel roll multiple times until we landed in a field on the opposite side of the highway. With every roll, my head was at the point of impact. EMTs arrived on the scene. I had to be resuscitated multiple times. I was taken to the rural hospital where I was then life-flighted to the nearest trauma center an hour and a half away by car. Once my family arrived, they got a very dim prognosis, less than a 25% survival rate. I had to be placed in a drug-induced coma to allow my brain the best chance of healing and give me the best chance of survival. I remained in this coma for 3 weeks. Once I came out of my coma, I was reduced to that of an infant. I had to rely on someone to help me with absolutely everything. I was no longer that independent 14-year-old girl. Can you imagine? I had 2 full months after I got out of that trauma center of intensive rehab before I finally made it back home. This was when I discovered that I was going to be facing the most difficult challenges that I would ever face. I got back into school. My life was completely different. I was not that same girl. My friends didn't have time for me. Their lives had gone on. I was doing therapy every day of the week. They didn't even seem to care if I was around or not. This was devastating. I came home from school multiple times a week for years and would tell my parents I should have died in that car accident. I wish I was dead, and I want to kill myself. But I was very blessed and very thankful that I had a strong voice in my heart, a voice that I knew was from God, saying, I have a plan for you. You can't quit. You have to keep going. So no matter what the day had held, every night before I went to bed with a thankful and grateful heart, and I thank God for my blessings. I thanked Him for my life, and I asked Him to lead me and help me to make the right choices so I could help those that He placed in my path. I knew I had a purpose, as I know that all of us here in this room have a purpose. You may not have a full picture of what that purpose holds just yet, but you can't give up. Next time you deal with a life-altering struggle, a challenge that you just don't see any way through, I want you to take a step back. And I want you to ask yourself, what can I learn from this challenge to help me to be able to face future challenge with more ease? I know that each and every one of you in this room has what it takes to fulfill your purpose deep inside of you. It's not always going to be easy, but if you dig deep, I know that you can learn how to rise above. And it's when you learn how to rise above these obstacles and these challenges, that's when you find just exactly what you're capable of. And that right there, that's what brings peace and freedom. Thank you.